I'm Margie Fink with Transfiguring Adoption. Today I'm reviewing a memoir by Rosie Perez, the actress, called Handbook for an Unpredictable Life: How I Survived Sister Renata and My Crazy Mother and Still Came Out Smiling with Great Hair. This is what it says on the inside cover. Oscar-nominated actress Rosie Perez's never-before-told story of surviving a harrowing childhood and of how she found success both in and out of the Hollywood limelight. Rosie Perez first caught our attention with her fierce dance in the title sequence of Do the Right Thing, and has since defined herself as a funny and talented actress who broke boundaries for Latinas in the film industry. What most people will be surprised to learn is that the woman with the big, effervescent personality has a secret straight out of a Dickens novel. At the age of 3, Rosie's life was turned upside down when her mentally ill mother tore her away from the only family she knew and placed her in a Catholic children's home in New York's Westchester County. Thus began her crazily discombobulated childhood of being shuttled between the home, where she and other kids suffered all manners of cruelty from nuns, and various relatives' apartments in Brooklyn. Many in her circumstances would have been defined by these painful experiences, but with the intense determination that became her trademark, Rosie overcame the odds and made an incredible life for herself. She brings her journey vividly to life on each page of this memoir, from the vibrant streets of Brooklyn to her turbulent years in the Catholic home, and finally to the early days of her career on film and TV sets and the LA and New York City hip-hop scenes of the 1980s and 90s. More than a page-turning read, Handbook for an Unpredictable Life is a story of survival. By turns heartbreaking and funny, it is ultimately the inspirational story of a woman who has won a hard-won place of strength and peace. The reason I reviewed this one is because, like I've said before, there's a lot of power in reading the memoirs of adults who, as children, were in foster care, went through adoption. Rosie was in group homes, she was in a children's home, she was a part of the system and bounced around like a lot of kids do. And it's interesting to kind of see what sets someone who has succeeded apart from someone who has not succeeded. The statistics, it's just so sad to see what happens to so many kids. A lot of adults couldn't go through what these kids have gone through and pull themselves up and keep going. But a survivor like Rosie, who has gone through and has had success, it's just interesting to read. It's a very conversational style book. It's almost like she's sitting talking to a girlfriend. The one thing I would say that I didn't really like is there was a book that I would kind of have loved to be able to have, a high school or middle school child read to kind of say this is a good role model for you. But there was just a lot of language and content that I wouldn't let my traumatized child read. So definitely I would recommend that this is a book for grown-ups. There might be stuff you could pull from it and kind of tell your children, hey, look, Rosie Perez, she went through these horrible things. This is kind of a little bit of what she went through, and look at her now. I'm doing a lot of memoirs and fictional books right now because it's summer and it's just a fun time to sit down with the kids and they're reading some fictional books they got from the library and just relax. So I recommend this book for foster and adoptive parents, just to kind of see someone who's now a successful adult and read about their trauma and what they went through. I hope this has helped to nurture and grow your foster or adoptive family.